have our Congresswoman. She's not just New York's Congresswoman, she's America's Congresswoman. And I congratulate her on the passage of the legislation to establish the National Women's History Museum. And now, Congresswoman Maloney.
To be here, and do I remember so many meetings in this room on important REOC issues, state issues, so many faces that have been part of making this great island such a great success. I just came from a memorial for George Spitz. I don't know how many of you knew him, but he was a fixture in politics. He came up with the idea of the marathon, the 5-war marathon, the celebration. It's not a 26-mile run, it's a marathon throughout 5 boroughs. He also came up with the idea of depositing checks, Social Security and welfare checks, direct deposit to prevent fraud. And I just have to share with you, the last time I saw him in the hospital, he lined up every doctor, every intern, every resident, and made them tell me how much they had in student debt and how long it would take them to repay it. So I'm on the case, George. We're working on that in Congress. And just today, I passed a bill I've been working on for 10 years. It's an anti-trafficking bill. And this bill cracks down on the pimps and the traffickers. It's a really tough bill, but we had a bill signing ceremony, and it's a tough bill that I had tough language. I tried to put it in like 4 other bills that passed, and they'd always strip it out. So I'm really thrilled that it finally got into this piece of legislation. But we're here tonight to discuss the island, and I really want to invite and particularly thank Rebecca Seawright, our new Assemblywoman, and my state senator Jose Serrano and Councilman Ben Kallos, who worked very, very hard to put this event together and for the residents here on Roosevelt Island. And I'm also pleased to thank our MC Joyce Short. Where's Joyce? There you are. Thank you. And we worked hard to get some terrific people here to help us answer some questions. I understand that someone's here from REOC, as well as Ted Houghton. Where's Ted? Is he here? Executive Deputy Commissioner of the New York State Division of Housing and Community Renewal. Caroline Kretz, Director of Manhattan Public Affairs for Con Edison. Is she here? Oh, the people we worked to get here didn't come. Are they here? There they are. Oh, there you are. Great. So this is a great time of change here on the island. I believe that Cornell Tech will transform Roosevelt Island into a tech hub, bringing students, energy, and innovation to our community. It is one of the best economic development ideas that I have heard from any mayor. We've also transformed the island with the Four Freedoms Park. It is magnificent. I see Sally Renard here who's worked so hard on that. And that was a labor of love. I mean, they worked on that for decades. And I've been there for so many moving ceremonies where people became citizens, rallies for the United Nations and for other things. And I'm pleased to have helped bring federal dollars for the beautiful trees that go down there. Of course, you can't please everybody. People told me they wanted a park. So we worked hard to bring the park and make the park happen. They said, well, we didn't want this park. Well, at least we've got a beautiful park. It's inspiring, and it's the only real tribute to one of our greatest presidents, FDR. And it's his very famous Four Freedom speech that everyone quotes. But we can go and see it anytime we want and have peace and be inspired. During the time that I represented the island, I remember we used to have a lot of crime in the subways. And I see some of the faces of people who came to me and said, get us some cameras, help us keep these subways safe. And we were able to do that. And others of you have come to me on the beautiful Blackwell House. And we worked hard to get some monies to help renovate that. And I think it's not so much what you gain, sometimes it's what you save. And that's our post office. They proposed closing our glorious post office. And they have these stupid maps that said we can close it because it's so close to this post office in Queens and one in Manhattan. But I said, I know you think my constituents are great, but they can't walk on water. We really are an island. We really need our post office. And I think one of the ways that we helped save it was that we had Cornell while coming there, because Technion, I guess it's Technion Cornell, because you can't have a major research facility without a post office, for God's sake. Well, actually, you need the post office for the community too. But it's so hard. Sometimes it's not moving forward. It's literally holding on to what you have. And holding on to our post office was really, really important. When Mayor Bloomberg announced that he was going to do a high-tech school in New York, along with some of you, we fought hard to bring it to Roosevelt Island. It is a beautiful oasis of green in the middle of a big city. It has even a small town feeling, even though you're in a city of 8 million. It's a very unique and beautiful place. And I think the proximity that it has to Western Queens made Roosevelt Island the ideal site, because not only are you going to have these geniuses coming up with the next Apple and the next Twitter, they need a place to go to build the facility to help grow the business. And we are working on sites in Queens to help make that happen. And Western Queens does have that space for startups to happen. And of course, being close to the financial capital of the world, Manhattan is also important. So I'm so thrilled that we won that. I consider that a major community success. And one of the reasons they won is that their design was much more inviting to the public. If you looked at some of the designs, they blocked off the waterfront. They put their buildings right on the waterfront. And we want the waterfront to walk through and enjoy and fish and do whatever else we want to do. So I'm delighted that Cornell decided to bid on the campus there. And for the first time in history, the United States has opened up a patent office on the campus branch of Technion Cornell. They already opened it up in anticipation of the patents, the ideas, the new technology that's going to come out of this new school. And I believe that Cornell will bring new energy to the island and help create more demand for coffee shops, stores, other amenities that will benefit residents of Roosevelt Island. And I hope that they will become organized with the community in an organized way. And I just think the next step is to make sure that Cornell continues to support the community and help the community and be a good neighbor to the community. And they'll have to realize that during building they're going to be a pain in the neck. They're going to be creating more crowding, more demand for mass transit. And I'm already hearing that local organizations are having trouble finding space for their activities. This is actually the first time I've heard that people are really not finding the space that they need. But once the buildings are built, I believe that we will be able to find more community space for community meetings. And we have to make sure that Technion Cornell sees the local community groups as part of the infrastructure of Roosevelt Island that they should support, rather than a one-day hackathon. There should be ongoing support for schools and an ongoing partnership with the entire community. I know one of the reasons, because our Assemblywoman and State Senator keep me very well informed, that we are here tonight is that Roosevelt Island is facing a triple whammy. You lost public purpose funds in the governor's budget.
Well, actually, we got them.
Got them back already?
You missed the big announcement.
You got them back?
Yes. It's coming up at the next board meeting. I just got a call from the governor's office this afternoon.
Give her a standing ovation. That's really great. That's really great. That's great, because it's a tough time out there budget-wise. And I hear the mayor pulled after-school funds for summer programs, disrupting a lot of plans. And the rising costs for meeting space are making it harder for local organizations to operate. And we know we have to have volunteer groups meeting. Where did the park come from? We used to have meetings down there in the restaurant and in the senior center. So I'll be working with the local elected officials to try to remedy some of that, and I'm thrilled that you got the reimbursement from the government. We are always stronger when we are working together, and I can assure you that all of us are united in fighting for Roosevelt Island. It is always a thrill to come here. It's my favorite place to campaign. It's always good to see old friends and to meet new ones, and I look forward to your questions and being part of the team working here to make Roosevelt Island an even better green oasis in our great city. So thank you so much.